atomo che c'è una bis positivo.
A very warm welcome here. Thanks for making the way here to the RPB Lounge and our amazing Amazfit morning that we got prepared for you. I know it's fairly early in the morning. I hope you all got your coffee. We're going to hold the coffee machine back there during our presentations, but I believe on the left-hand side where the water is, there's also some filtered coffee if there is a desperate need. But I promise you, we've got amazing people on stage here, so you should all do okay without extra caffeine, without falling asleep in the next roughly hour that we're going to be up here today. Obviously by now, I assume you all know why you're either here or on the live stream. I want to say hello to everybody joining us there on the Amazfit YouTube channel as well. We are launching the new series of Amazfit sports watches, and I got 3 guests for this up here. We're going to have some keynotes first, and then we're going to have a little bit of panel discussions, and of course we want to encourage you to ask your questions as well. If there's something that's really burning on your fingers and it's got to get out straight away, then we can do so while we're having the chat up here. Otherwise we got a couple of minutes after the rounds as well to ask individual questions, and of course all 3 gentlemen that we're going to see up here in a moment are going to be around to answer questions while we're mingling, talking, looking at the watches, trying them out and drinking more coffee. And with that, I want to welcome the General Manager for Amazfit EMEA, Jesus Guerrero, onto the stage. It is all yours. Thank you very much.
Hello, good morning, guten Morgen. Exactly 1 year ago, we meet here in this very nice location. And during this period of time, I think we achieved a lot of things. And I would like to start with this thing, with a recap what happened in the last year. But our mission has been to support our sport athletes, everyday users, active people that enjoy the sports, the healthy lifestyle, with the best support to understand how the bodies recover, how you perform better, and how you can improve all your day-to-day with the best technology in the market. So, let me do a quick recap of the Amazfit ecosystem, starting with the hardware, with the wearables. So, during this year, we introduced some of the product line, new product line of wearables, of a sport wearable. At the beginning of the year, we launched Bip 6 and Active 2 series that the user loved it. Was very, very good reviews and customer feedback about these product lines. But 3 months ago, we launched the Perfect Combo. The Perfect Combo means Balance 2, the multi-sport watch with more than 170 sports, and the Hilo strap with the scheme to follow the trade, recover, repeat. So we think that this tandem is the best to continue improving your performance and to recover better and to check 24 hours, 7 days how your body is performing. So, but the Amazfit ecosystem is not only the wearables, it's also the software. So we introduced ThebOS 5 after listening the feedback of the sport users, the athletes, the everyday user. And after listening the feedback, we renew our software and we introduce new features that you are going to enjoy today. But also during this year, we renew the Theb application for your smartphones. I think this is more user-friendly, it's very easy to use, So the feedback from the clients is very positive. And also, we keep innovating with AI features. As you maybe remember, in the past, we introduced the Coach, our training platform. Also, we introduced Feb Aura. This is a sleep service that helps you to sleep better. And during this year, we introduced a new feature named Feb Food Logging. So you can track your nutrition, your meals, thanks to the AI. You can know how calories you are consuming every day, and everything is for free. You can find in the application. So we don't have subscription for these services. But 1 year ago, we also announced that Amalfit is the technological partner for Hyrox. I can tell you that Hyrox is one of the fast-growing sports at worldwide level, but especially here in Germany, is booming. The number of attendees grew more than 180% year on year. And here in Berlin, for example, the number of attendees hold the record with more than 19,000 people for that competition. So it's incredible. So we are very proud to be part of this community, to be part of this fast-growing sports, and especially because Amazfit is the only wearable brand that they provide a specific Hyrox sport mode. Last year we introduced a physical fitness test that you can track if you are ready for the competition, but also introduced the Hyrox Racing. And in your watch, you can find the specific racing stages for that day. And recently, we introduced a new Hyrox sport mode named Hyrox Training. And you can train every day with this new sports mode. And we are the only company that is able to provide this type of innovative features to the market. But let me tell you that the best athletes of the Team Amazfit are using this Hyrox mode, like Hunter McIntyre. This is the 3 times world championship, Hyrox world champion, and he is wearing the T-3 family every day. But Amazfit is not only Hyrox. We have many sports, as you know. Let me start with German Kripa. German Kripa is one of the top European marathon runners, and he's training for the World Championship in marathon in Tokyo, in Japan. And he's wearing Balance 2 right now. He's training with Balance 2, and he's tracking the recovery data and the training load with the Helios strap. And this is one of the best ambassadors. And also Bea Gonzalez. Bea Gonzalez is wearing the Amazfit wearables and using the Amazfit ecosystem, but she can track the paddle sport mode, dedicated sport mode, to track how she is training. And not only Bea Gonzalez, also we count on Jasmine Paulin. Jasmine Paulin is one of the world-class tennis player. She won the gold medal in couples last year in Paris, and she won the tournament in Rome during this year. So we are very proud to count on her for the tennis sports mode. But also we have a very top elite American athletes like Gabby Thomas. Gabby Thomas is a sprinter. She won 5 medals in the Olympic Games in Tokyo or in Paris last year. So this is one of the best ambassadors. And recently we announced that Derrick Henry is starting the new NFL season wearing a T-Rex family. So I think this is one of the top athletes. But we have more news. That's not all. Recently, we welcome 3 new top trail runner athletes that they ran in the Mont race last week. Let me introduce them. It's the first time that we are sharing with all of you. The first one is Rod Farber. Rod Farber is one of the best ultra trail runners. See, he finished in the ninth position last week in the 174 kilometers race. Unbelievable. So it's something that one day I need to achieve, but I think this is very long distance for everybody. And also Rosa Lara ran last week in the 61 kilometer race in Mont Blanc last week in a very difficult day, in a rainy day. But she performed very well. We are very proud of the performance of Rosita. But finally, we were very excited to share that Ruth Croft is the winner of the Mont Blanc race of the 174 kilometers. And I think you can see the real atmosphere watching this video that we have prepared for you. So, as you saw, Ruth conquered the victory, was the winner of this ultra trail running. I would like to share with you some facts, interesting facts, to understand how is this competition and how these athletes need the best technology to face the tough condition. During that day, the conditions were very tough because it was a rainy day, foggy day, in the middle of the night, very difficult condition to race this type of race. And let me start with the first fact. It's about the number of kilometers. It's 174 kilometers in the mountain. So it's not a marathon. It's an ultra trail and marathon in the Mont Blanc, okay? So in the high mountains. This is the first one, the first fact. Second one is the elevation gain. Elevation gain is around 10,000 meters. But just to put it in the context, it's similar, it's more than the Everest mountain. Or, for example, is the altitude that the airplanes are flying at. So 10,000 meters is an incredible challenge. And also the timing running. So it's more than the 22 hours running. So it's very tough condition. And finally, Ruth or Rod, that they ran 174 kilometers during almost one day. All of them, Rod, Ruth, Rosa, do you know what do they have in common? So, all of them, they are wearing Amazfit TRS 3 Pro. 40 titanium built for every road. And let me introduce Matt, that they can tell you more about this amazing smartwatch. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesus. As we mentioned, that was a great look into the brand, the athletes, and a lot of the excitement and momentum we've had built over the summer. So now I'll dive into the products. As Jesus has mentioned, the T-Rex 3 Pro is forged in titanium, built for every route. When we look at the design of the watch, it's really intentionally built in a specific way compared to the T-Rex 3 that's still currently out on market. We've added a new grade 5 titanium bezel and buttons. Still has a very vibrant AMOLED display, but we've added a scratch-resistant sapphire glass. Going back to that durability that I mentioned earlier, thinking about the weather-resistant functionality of the device, this can really withstand a broad range of temperatures from minus 30 degrees Celsius all the way to a plus 70 degrees Celsius. And then the water rating on this is 10 ATM, which is up to 45 meters, which we also have and we'll talk about this later, there's a scuba diving feature on here. So this is really meant for that ready for adventure watch. We talked about the screen. It does have, as I mentioned, a vibrant AMOLED display. That's really powered by the nits that are in the watch. And for those that don't know what a nit is, that is a unit of luminescence, comparable to like running or cycling power, which is measured by watts. This is measured by nits. A lot of competitors have roughly 1,500 to 2,000 nits. We have an industry-leading 3,000 nits in the T3 Pro. New feature that we're really excited about, I think once you've had an opportunity to try, you'll like it as well. We've added a flashlight into the bezel, a 2-color LED, and we do also, it comes with an SOS function as well. You can see the blinking there, really for the SOS. Very readable at night. And then other new features that we're adding, a built-in speaker and microphone. There's really several different functionalities for this that you would enjoy. Number one, if you're following a route or a course, as you're approaching a turn, you'll receive feedback from the watch talking to you of like, turn 3 meters, turn 2 meters, 1 meter, and so on. Also, you can receive and take phone calls right from your watch. So when you're out riding and you don't want to pull your phone out of your bag or your pocket, just answer it and talk through your watch. As always, we do have free downloadable maps that you can download from the Zepp app directly onto your T3 Pro. We've added new contour maps that are much more crisp and clear to read. We still have our ski slopes. You can see a lot of the features, points of interest with ski slopes, cable cars, chairlifts, so on. Within the maps, you'll notice compared to the T-Rex 3, the readability of our maps are much more clear and crisp. We have enhanced visualization and more terrain features, along with adding points of interest. So if you're out walking, running, riding, you can look on your device and see there's a coffee shop or a restaurant around the corner, gas station, what have you. As mentioned, if you look at the T-Rex 3 and then you look at the T-Rex 3 Pro and you're comparing the maps, you'll notice, again, I mentioned this earlier, the contrast and readability, but when you look at other features like the roadways or you're looking at the trail systems, they're much more clear on the T3 Pro. So as Jesus mentioned, over the last year, you'll see a significant change in the readability. New features for navigation. This is really exciting. Within the Zepp app, you have the ability to create a route. Right there, it's all just very intuitive. You can add 8 waypoints, download it onto your watch. Or you have on your watch, you have the ability to create a round trip. If you're in a new area or you're at home, you can do it right here on your watch. We had the ability to like point touch on the watch. If you're following a route, you now have the ability to go off course and it's auto rerouting. So if you see that point of interest or that coffee shop and you decide to go to the right instead of left, it will figure out how to get you back to the route and navigate you using audible vibration alerts to get you back to where you're going. With that, we were talking about points of interest. Walking through the round trips, which is really nice if you're traveling and you want to go out for a run, you're in a new area. For example, we're in Boston in the United States. You go to create a round trip, you select your outdoor running, what direction you would like to go. In this case, we're going to go east. I'm going to set it for 10K. Voila. You have your round trip right on your device, you hit start, and you follow along. As we transition into the sensors, we have added our newest 6th generation BioTracker sensor into the T-Rex 3 Pro. And the BioTracker really is driving that heart rate monitoring and a lot of our other recovery features within the device. We've also added our, as you would expect, we have our accelerometer and gyroscope, which is for our activity motion to determine if you're out running, walking, sleeping. And then we have our geomagnetic sensor to help with navigation support. Barometric sensor, again, this is our outdoor trail running watch for weather alerts, altitude tracking, and all those high altitude features you need. We do have our dual frequency GPS for accurate pace, distance measurement. And then a new feature that we launched this summer with the Helio strap was our Bio. So we did have our Bio Tracker 6.0. This is our 6th generation that we launched this summer. As I mentioned, we put it in the TRX 3 Pro. This is for accurate real-time heart rate. You can determine or monitor your aerobic and anaerobic and fatigue levels, along with your recovery time, training load, heart rate variability, sleep analysis, including your deep sleep. And then what we're really excited about that we launched with Helio Strap was our BioCharge energy monitoring. We've added that into the TRX 3 Pro. And for those, if you remember familiar this summer, this really monitors your energy levels throughout the day. So we'll talk about that a little bit more in the panel session. Continuing on, as Jesus mentioned over the last year, I think with the Balance 2, we had 160 feature or activity modes. With the TRX 3 Pro, we have over 180 sports or activity modes. So thinking like outdoor sports, it has everything, sorry, I'll go back. We have everything, outdoor sports, everything from outdoor running, mountain biking, trail running, indoor sports, treadmill, all sorts of fitness classes, water sports. As I mentioned, this is a scuba diving watch, so there is a scuba activity profile on there. And then within that, oops, wrong button. How do I go back? Hello? Sorry, within that, we have our indoor water sports. And then talking about scuba diving, there's a lot of those features that we talked about that'll be very overt on the watch, like the bezel, the buttons, but there's a lot of hidden features that will reveal themselves. So when thinking about like scuba diving, for example, you have your real-time alerts and notifications for your decompression stops, your timing, but then within strength training mode, for example, if you're following a structured workout, you'll receive notifications before the workout to say, hey, today we're working on an upper body workout versus lower body workout. Thinking about some of those unique disciplines that Jesus mentioned earlier, we are the official Hyrox partner, so we have the official Hyrox race mode on our watch, along with PFT. Now we're introducing the new official Hyrox training mode. What this is you can go in, start that activity mode, but you can determine what disciplines within that Hyrox activities that you want to focus on that day. So you know within Hyrox there's many different stations. Kettlebell, sled push, wall ball, etc. So when you're doing that training, if you just want to focus on one or two, you set it up on your watch, you go in, that way you don't have to go in and keep clicking buttons in strength training to go find the appropriate and classify it as a kettlebell or a sled push. The nice thing, if you've had experience with our Amazfit watches or the previous TRX 3 that we will continue on with the T3 Pro, is the customization of the activity profiles in the watch. You essentially set it up the way that you want it in terms of the data fields. You can have as many as up to 6 data fields on a screen. You can have 2, 3, or you can have 1. Within certain trail, like the activity profiles, trail running is a good example. Right out of the box, it is set up with the data fields that are most common to users of that activity. But we also understand that users want to be able to change those activity profiles based on their preferences. You can do that right on the watch, no problem. And then going on to some of the ecosystem of the watch, we have a lot of the workout extensions you would expect to see or data fields. For example, burning calories, still there, direct paths, point to point, still on the watch. Our compass, of course. And then for those that don't know, within the Zepp app, we have a section that is our mini app store, where you can go in and download other, like our breath activity profile, some of our other data fields, watch faces, but we also have a podcast app in there, where you have the ability to download 4 million podcasts directly onto your watch. So if you're going out, think about this, if you're going out for a really long run or a really long bike ride and you want to leave your phone at home, your podcasts are still on your watch and you can listen to them directly into your earbuds, or if you have your speaker on, you can go that route. So that's really exciting. And then part of that ecosystem, similar to what Jesus mentioned earlier, where we launched the Balance 2 along with the Helio strap, we now have the T-Rex 3 Pro, which is compatible with the Helio strap as well. So it is a fully integrated training system, so you're not missing out any of your data points at any point in the day. If you want to take your watch off, you can still wear your Helio strap on your wrist or your arm. Questions that we often receive, are our products compatible with third-party sensors? The answer is yes. For example, I have my T-Rex 3 Pro paired to my power meter, my speed and cadence sensors, and we're excited to be partnering with other companies like Stride power meters. So those that are into the trail running or outdoor running world, that is a running power meter. We're working on that integration now, and that will be coming available soon. And then, of course, within the ecosystem, everything rolls up into the source of truth, which is the Zepp app. This is where you can find, if you're not want to look on your watch, you can find all of your sleep data, your workout activity. This is where you can go and look at your historical information to see how you were performing a week ago, a month ago, and so on. And the beauty of all of this, you know, you're paying the cost of the device. Outside of that, there's no subscriptions, right? There's no hidden costs. So all of the data is yours. It's free to use it how you want it. Just purchase the device. You have it all right in your app for you to use. And then within the ecosystem, the other question that we like to point out is we are compatible with several third-party fitness apps. This is not all of them. This is just a high-level reflection of a few of them. We are working on several new integrations with existing partners like Training Peaks, for example, where today you finish a workout and a lot of your data flows up to Training Peaks. We're working on an integration where if you have a coach and you're using the Training Peaks platform, you set up your training plan throughout the course of the night. That training plan for the upcoming day and upcoming week will flow onto your device. So when you wake up in the morning and you have a track workout, it's right there. You don't have to worry about going into the Training Peaks app on your phone to figure out what you're doing. So that's coming soon, as well as intervals.icu, another platform, similar platform, that's also coming. So that's the ecosystem. Going back to the hardware of the device, let's talk about battery life. 44 millimeter, typical use, we have up to 17 days. Heavy use is up to 8 days. And then with GPS and always on display, that's what that little acronym is at the end, always on display, up to 13 hours. For the 48 millimeter, which is what a lot of us are wearing here today, typical use up to 25 days, heavy use is 10, and then GPS always on is up to 19 hours. And then, you know, a lot of these tests are internal tests that we're doing with our team, understanding that when you're out using it and you're in different environments, there's heavy tree covers, there might be a lot of buildings, just know that when you're using a lot of sensors and you're using the flashlight and you're using Zepp Flow and the speaker, the battery flow or the battery drain there will be variability among the different people. So just know that these are not the final set numbers. There's always going to be little caveats there, but these are the estimated numbers that we feel really good about. To kind of recap here, the T-Rex 3 Pro will be $399.99 in euros, pounds, and USD. Thinking about some of those key features that we introduced, the high strength grade 5 titanium. We've introduced the built-in speaker, 10 ATM, up to 45 meter water rating, the 2-color LED flashlight, the 3000 nits best-in-class display, and then up to 3 weeks battery life. On the navigational side of the features, we've introduced the rerouting feature, points of interest, contour maps, and then the accuracy of your GPS, pace, heart rate, and then again the durability of the product speaks to, you know, it's ready for any adventure, whether it's minus 30 degrees Celsius or positive 70. Getting a look at the family here, we will have 4 SKUs. 2 in the 44 millimeter and 2 in the 48. We have in the 44 millimeter, black and gold and Arctic gold. And then in 48 millimeter, we have the black gold and then the tactical black. Okay, as of today, the 48 millimeter T-Rex 3 Pro is available on amazfit.com or select retail partners. The 44 millimeter will be coming soon. And with that, we will be transitioning to our panel session. So,
That's what we do. Thank you so much, Matt.
thank you.
Appreciate it. Amazing.